Hey, hi everyone, this is Poker Relics, and today what we will be covering is like this book that it's the 10 first years of the Bandai Kids series. If you don't know what Bandai Kids is, it's like they are figures of around 4 centimeters tall and they are hollow behind, like under. They go from like 1996 until the actuality, and they are pretty much like still releasing like constantly, like they are doing right now, like the Paldian region, and I think they are lovely. So why not? Let's cover them. One of the reasons I think also it's like really nice to cover them. It's because like there are many versions of them, and it's not clear which ones are the first. So I think that with this book and other information I will show, it's pretty clear which ones is. So as we can see, like this is like the first drop that there was, and this is like the figures that were released. We will see that like they did not release like by number or alphabet or anything. They were just like a bit like releasing whatever they wanted. And we will like pretty much see that they differ a lot over the time. For instance, Nido Queen, it's like a figure that it's pretty straightforward blue. I think that it's very lovely and it has like a retro sense, but it's like, for instance, we have here the Thubat, and we have like two colors of them, right? So both of them have the engraving of 1998, and the mold, we would say that it's the same. So, which is the difference of them? Like, the one is a red color and the other it's not. But which one is the first one, right? So we will be like covering a bit of this. So here we have like what was released, like the Gengar, the Ditto. It's also like a figure that changes a lot, and as we can see, it's very retro-ish vibe. Like the colors are very, I wouldn't say that they are bad, but like you can really like sense that they are old. And here we have like the Zubat, for instance, and we can see that like it was like this one earlier. Then like if we keep going forward, we can see second gen, how it looks like already. Like very retro-ish still. Like, for instance, I really like the Pineco, how it looks, like the Miltank. I think it's really cute as well. And we can see that that like all of them were like really nice. Like the Larvitar, for instance, like so chunky, like the old Pikachu as well. Here we have like second gen. And here we have like already like some shinies that were released. I have to say that there were many shinies released along the time, and we will see that like there are like many of them, like 30, 40 plus. This is like showing like the Kikleon like clear. Here we have like the 2002 2005 set that is like the third gen. They really look lovely. I think particularly that like Bandai Kids, they are often like underrated. I understand that like some figures are not as like nice as others, but I think that they're pretty cute overall. Like there are some that are really like well sculpted and they really like get like the essence of like the figure better even than the Tommy ones. Here we see like some sets that were released, and indeed like this book, what I do not like so much is that when it's covering like here like the history, like it doesn't showcase like that there are some special versions. So we will do a like small jump, and here we can see like, for instance, like the squirrel with the glasses, which I think that it's an absolutely classic, like the monkey with the hat, like the Jinx, like Santa Jinx, some trainers that are fantastic. And these figures are kind of like difficult to get. Like you find them because like they are like not super difficult, but like it's not like so easy to find them. So here we have also as well like some others that appeared, and this is something different. So if we go back to like where we were, yeah, we were about here. So this is like the third gen. Yeah. And then like here we have like which shinies were in the era. And we can see already that there are many of them. So we find like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, like this is like a Pikachu that it's a special edition for like the 10th anniversary. It can be pretty expensive at times. It depends where you find it. And here we have like some attacking poses already. That in general I find that a lot of people do not like them. I buy and sell Bandai Kids a lot, and well, generally like there are many that like are not really like interesting to people, which I don't really get why. Like for instance, this Sceptile, like it's not like very famous to people, or like kind of like a matchup like this, or like the Skarmory like this. I think that they are really really nice, but well, everyone has the right to like whatever they like. And here in the end, what we will find is like this a la carte like section that it showcases a bit like releases that were like posterior. But for instance, we can see like here we have a Bullpix that is like the original one, but here we have already a recolor. Here we can see a Jigglypuff that it looks like the one that was released originally, and here we find already a recolor, and we can see that it's really like a modernized version. And this happens for many models. We can see, for instance, if we see the Ditto, we could see that like Ditto originally was like this. So we can see that like generally, I would say that the older ones tend to be like the color tends to be more off, either like more pale or simply more dark, and I don't know, it's like more like they did not have the exact colors to match it. Here we have an Nidoqueen that it looks very different than the original one. If we look for the original one, if we find it, it was around here, I think. So the original one was like this, completely blue, and this version looks very different. And this honestly happens for everything. We can see here the Gengar that it looks way more purple, and we just passed the Gengar that was like way darker. And here we have like the old Bullpix that I already showed, and we saw that it was like more clear now, right? These Bullpix from here. And this happens pretty much with all figures. We can find like different colorings. It even happens like for Paras, Parasect, like here we have like, it's not really like something that you will appreciate so much, but when you put one next to the other, for instance, Butterfree, it's like a figure you can really like see it, that it looks different. Like we can see like the older one. Let's see if we find it. Here we have it. It looks way darker. Like the coloring is different, very different. And here we have like, for instance, like the big Tribble that it looks, I believe that it's like the clear one, the first one that was released, that it's this one. And then like the original one is this one. So we can see that like they again like look very similar, but they are not like the same version. And this happens with like pretty much every of the models that are here that were like posterior releases, and you can like see a difference. So that's why like some people sometimes ask themselves, why my figures are different. And here we have like also some sets that were released that have some clears and everything. Let's see if we can see them easily. So here we have like some sets that were released. And for instance, this Misty one has like inside it has like a catalog that we can see that it's nice. I've checked it on the past and it's not better than this book. Here, what we saw earlier, the trainer, some special poses, some 4th gen already, because like it was like the year where 4th gen was released, I guess, like the Lucario the movie, 2005, 2006 the movie was released. These one are some vinylic figures that are like 2 pieces. These ones are like some inflatable figures, pretty retro, right? And that's pretty much it. And then what I said initially, I have also like this in layer, and it basically summarizes a bit like what we saw. It's like what we saw, but like summarized in a single sheet. And in the back, it shows like the figures that are more rare, which I think that it's sometimes I prefer to look at this rather than the book because I think that it's very straightforward. So we can see here the Tracy set, like the Misty set, like the Lapras set, the Ash set with like the Butterfree like pinkish, and the Mewtwo set. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I think that this information helps you. Anything you need, just let me know. See you. Bye.